Hello and welcome to the podcast called Never Together. We are two galleys in one city.
And basically we thought people would want to listen to us just chat for an hour. We thought we wanted to be the world's best friend, and that's why we made the podcast.
Besties.
We want to be your best friend, and however delusional that may be, that's okay, because because this is going to be so awkward as well, because realistically we're just sat here in my room talking to a laptop. Like, how do these pro podcasters do it?
I mean, everyone started somewhere.
Everybody started somewhere. Do you know who said that? Mahatma Gandhi.
Stop it.
But we're not here to talk about Mahatma Gandhi, albeit a very good podcast episode,
We're just having fun.
This is what we want you to be listening to us while you're cooking dinner, while you're on your commute,
while you're having lunch, having dinner.
When you're crying about some guy that didn't text you back. We're here for you, girl. We're here for you.
Yes, this is for the girls, gays and theys.
Yes, no men allowed, I'm afraid.
No men allowed.
I mean, if men wanted to listen to two women talk about women's issues in a womanly way, because we're women funny, we're not men funny.
Good for them.
Good for you.
Good for you.
Good
Welcome.
For
this
you.
is a safe space for everyone.
But mainly the girls, gays and theys. We're here to fuck the patriarchy, but we don't want to exclude the patriarchy.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about the importance of female friendships, because we wanted to start this podcast with something that we have authority on. And in our deluded mind, we thought we had authority on friendships, despite the fact that we've lived together for however many...
We've never lived together.
Well, we've lived in the same city about 10-15 minutes apart, and rarely actually see each other.
When was the last time I saw you? Probably a couple of weeks ago, but before that it was about a month.
Yeah.
We live on the same bus line.
But that's the freaking thing. Like, it's so hard to be friends just as an adult. As an adult,
alone.
It's hard to be friends. Like, I think there was a semblance of ease to our friendship, because we obviously became friends at university. Mm-hmm. So that was
studying the same course, so we automatically had things together in common.
But I think even if you're friends at university, like, we obviously were lucky and we did a course where there was like 20 people on there.
Yeah.
So, like, naturally you just would be together. But if you're doing like fucking psychology,
business with 300 people,
marketing or whatever, and there's like 300 people, and you're in a like lecture with the tiny little ant person at the front with a microphone going,
our relationships are definitely different, because I remember talking to friends from uni who are studying business, and then we were like, we went 4 drinks with our lecturer, and they're like, sorry?
Yeah, excuse me?
What? It's like, do you guys not do that? Like, maybe.
But again, we only had 3 fucking lecturers. So, like, literally all of our lecturers are friends as well.
Yeah.
So,
and lovely people.
But so how many years have we actually been friends?
I think it's going to be 7.
Right?
I was thinking about it this morning. It's going to be 7 in September.
And I've never even visited your house.
You've never been to my area of living.
I don't even... Like, I saw this TikTok ages ago that was literally like, oh, you guys are best friends? You guys are best friends?
Show me a picture.
No. She was like, oh, you guys are best friends? Tell me what your friend does. What do they do for a living? And I'm like, my closest friends would dedicate a kidney to, would give my iPhone charger to willingly. I do not fucking know what they do. And that's okay.
And that's fine. The way that I had to ask you about your, like...
My job. Exactly, yeah. No,
last week. It's like, what do you do?
I don't know what you do. Like, and do you know what as well? I don't care. Is that bad? I don't care.
I mean...
It's not...
As long as you come support.
Absolutely. But it's not what our friendship is based on.
No.
And I think that's what... there's this, unspoken girl code, isn't it? Like, you have to share pants together. You've got to fucking...
absolutely not.
You've got to know what my best friend does. You've got to be there for her.
No.
And it's like, oh my God.
I think it's sort of like, it allows us to miss each other.
Oh, God, yeah.
In a way, because it's the same way that you guys were living together and in uni. So you were living together, going to the same course together. I don't know how you did it.
Like,
I'm tired of myself after, like...
But I think, interestingly, that is something that has shifted in me. I used to be that type of person that would want to spend time with my friends every freaking day. Let's get coffee, let's get dinner, let's like shoot the shit. But like realistically now, as I'm an adult, I'm like, I actually quite like the fact that we probably see each other once a month and go for dinner.
Yeah.
Because
it's like sort of protecting your peace, and
God,
you're protecting it from like even the people that you love. It's like you still, there's boundaries, and I think because how much longer could you have lived with everyone following university?
Realistically, actually, I think I would be okay. For the flatmates that I had at university, it just worked. Yeah. I don't know how, I don't know why. We were three very different energies. We had an Aquarius, we had an Aries, and me as a Libra. Like, we've got a full birth chart going on. Yeah. Like, you know, but for some reason, it just worked. And I think there's something to be said about roles. Yeah. Like, the roles that people play in our lives. There are friends that you will go to the gym with, whatever the fuck that is. I've never been to a gym. But, like, there are people that you will go for dinner with. Yeah. And there are people you will tell certain things to and others not. And I think, particularly as a female, that is... Men... I'm sorry, they're simple. They're simple creatures.
They're very simple, but I think also they don't talk about things that are... No, okay, we're not going to dig into that because I'm not a man. But,
I'm not a man, I can't say. But having male friends, they are much more readily able to share intimate details about themselves with me as a woman than they would do...
With other men.
Yeah. Men just do... I feel like men are very practical creatures and they do practical activities together.
Yeah.
And then don't really talk whilst doing those practical activities together, because it's always like, what are you, like, how's work going, how's your partner, like, what's this, but like,
it's very surface level.
Oh my God,
versus women, it's like,
tell me about your childhood, what were your adverse childhood experiences? I want to know.
Men are uno and women are, we're not really strangers.
No, exactly.
Like, it's true. Like, with us, like,
women have their roles. Like, like, as in, this friend is this role, this friend is this role, and that is maybe like a superficial friendship who I just get my nails done with. This girl I just get dinner with. And then I think, like we were saying before, like, university has really... We are... Even the fact that we see each other, like, once a month, whatever, I think the fact... We're close. We know we're close. Yeah. Like... I mean,
university was quite a vulnerable time for everyone. From, like,
a shell of a woman.
From, like, a tacky chanda by the riverside.
A tactical chanda by the riverside.
God.
Oh, my gosh.
We're so old.
Just chaos. I think as well, like, chaos bonds you. Like I said, there are friends who I have who haven't seen me... You know,
lose my shit.
Deepest, darkest depths of hell, wondering, is this my life now? I'm throwing up into a toilet. Is this the way life is gonna be? God. Or, like, you know, there are friends who I'm just like, hi, work pal. Oh, this is fun, you know? Yeah. As per my last...
different boundaries.
As per my last email. But
as per my last email.
Chaos is what binds us, I think.
Absolutely. Like... We're also a really fun night.
We're a cheap date and a fun night. Guys, give me a call. Literally. Don't actually do that. Do not do that. Don't. I don't need some kind of stalker situation. I'd rather not.
Yeah, but I think the fact that we're still really close with everyone else in the group as well, despite not having lived together. We've lived in different cities for longer than we lived together in the same city, which is wild.
It's luck, though.
Yeah.
Like... There are friends who I've had from, like, maybe school, childhood, college, who I literally don't even follow on social media. I'm like, you're not in my realm anymore. Yeah. And
you're not bringing anything to me, therefore. No, it's not even that, but it's just like, you just grow apart, and that's also completely okay with friendships. You know, we've had a couple of incidents where we've grown apart with people in our own group, and that's absolutely fine.
Female friendships are so hard, though.
They are.
like similarly how we were talking about men. Like, men are just like, oh, cool, fist bump, let's go. But women are like, oh, I don't know, I think she looked at me a bit funny and stuff like that. And women are sensitive creatures.
They really are, and I think that's where you and I sort of bond, where it's like we are quite we're quite aware of like when it's okay to be like, don't overthink it, but also not invalidate the feelings. Like, if one of us, like, if a certain person in our group, this is not specific, but this is just an example of like, if a certain person in a group, we are quite aware of, like, oh god, I lost my train of thought.
That's okay.
Yeah, so just like if
saying like self-aware.
No, it's just how you tailor your reaction to people based on your knowledge of them. It's like, I know that I could tell you're being a little bitch. Stop overthinking.
But
also
I think that's because we have set healthy boundaries for ourselves. Like, people, I think, are scared nowadays to kind of set boundaries because they're worried about offending somebody else. Like, if I set this boundary, does that mean that they're not going to talk to me? So say, for example, like, I made an inappropriate joke to a friend, and they were literally offended by it. Okay, cool. But then they didn't then speak to me about it because they were worried that I would react a certain way. They're like, oh, I guess I'll just... But then that creates a rift.
Yeah, and I think that's the other part of growing up. Like, you and I have had, like, I remember you would make jokes and, like, I'd be fine, and then I'd absolutely lose my shit.
Yeah. But I appreciated you coming to talk to me and saying, look, I didn't appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, okay, cool, I won't do it again. Like, do you know what I mean?
We learn. Like, but then it's the other extreme of, like, if I set a boundary and then, like, automatically just not work through it and lose a friendship, which is, I'm glad we didn't do that.
Friendships are like anal.
Stop it.
Consent is number 1. Boundaries, number 2. Safe word, exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth. And, you know, if you go too far, stop.
Don't forget the lube.
Lube is the boundary to any friendship. It's the most important part of any friendship. And, you know, if it's scented, you're gonna get a yeast infection. So,
also, pee after sex.
Pee after sex, girlies. Pee after sex. Like, God, I don't know how many times I've had to say that to, like, younger women. And, you know...
I've said it to men all the time.
Like, men don't have this issue so
Men don't
much.
realise.
Like, literally... But, like, it's the worst thing because if you're having sex... And then you finish, and you're like, okay, cool, great, like fist bump. But then but then you don't pee afterwards because you don't need to pee. Especially, I can't then force piss out of myself.
God,
like it doesn't flow like that. So
see, I've had a couple of instances where like we'd start cuddling, and I'm like, no, pee after sex. But if you're drunk, this guy would be like,
are you okay?
Where are you going? I was like, I'm peeing after sex. He's like, for what? I was like, you don't get it. You don't get it. And then the other one, see, even though I don't have to pee, I'll be in the bathroom for about 10 minutes. And the last guy that I had sex with was like, oh, you okay? You were in there for a bit.
Yeah,
I'm trying not to die.
I'm forcing piss out of myself. As well, I only have one working kidney. So if I get a UTI, it really is life or death. Like I'm on the precipice of a life if I get a UTI, and some guys just don't get that. You know? But like, oh my God, like... But, like, I'll be then stood there like a loon bag, just drinking water. Like, just absolutely necking water like my life depended on it. And a guy's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I know we're going to have sex, so I need to be able to pee afterwards.
Yeah.
Like, would you ever, like, pee on somebody?
Absolutely not.
No?
Maybe, like, the shower.
In the shower you'd pee on somebody.
Like,
that's weirder.
If we're having shower sex, so it just... The mess is not...
That's weirder. I want it to be...
Is it?
I want it to be a scheduled time. Do you know? Like...
No.
I want somebody to go... Will you pee on me?
Absolutely.
And then I'll be like, you know what? Okay.
No.
Okay. But do you know what puts me off? It's the practicalities, the logistics of it.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in theory, in porn...
Do I lay a towel down? Do I stand Eiffel Tower?
Do I like squat?
Right?
That's what I'm saying.
But as well, if you squat
if you in the shower.
But if you squat on them, you got to reverse cowgirl it because it goes backwards.
You thought this through.
I have.
Which is why I'm saying the shower. Like, you have fun,
but
you express yourself sexually.
I get you.
And there's no mess.
I get you.
It's like period sex.
But see, this,
that I wouldn't do.
This is
but
a
if
no
there's
for me.
One place,
apparently
it would be the shower.
Apparently, though, it feels good. Yeah, it feels amazing. And apparently, as well, it actually makes your period last less time.
Find someone.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know, but apparently, if you have sex on your period, it will be over quicker. Like say it lasts a week, it'll be over in 5 days. For example,
if you're listening to this,
let us know.
Check the sources.
Check. Please include citations. Thank you. Citations of where you found this information.
Bibliography.
We are not scientists. We are barely...
Just two gals in East London.
We're barely even, cognitively sound women, to be honest. There are moments in my life where I'm like, is this what stable women do? And that kind of... Like, I feel like every friendship needs somebody who is stable and somebody who is unstable.
I think in true Libra fashion,
like,
we sort of set each other off.
The balance.
I think today's the first day where we're both like quite
stable. Right? I know.
The sun's out. It's March.
I have serotonin. I've got a vitamin D in myself.
I was like, a little zest for life again.
Because I don't know if I have any friends who are more unstable than me. And by unstable, I don't mean, that I'm going to run into oncoming traffic or, just suddenly quit my job and move to Guatemala. But,
on a gap year.
I'm going on my gap year. Where? Guatemala.
It's a beautiful country.
That well-known gap year destination of Guatemala. I might as well have said... frickin' Bogota.
That's a city.
The Congo. I can go on a gap year to a city. Who said I can't?
Who said country? Anyway.
Who said I didn't do that? But like, what do you think, in your personal opinion, sort of is the basis to remain friends?
Because I think, similar to relationships, you have to miss each other in a way. Because I think if you and I were stuck in a room, I think if you're traveling, it's slightly different because it's not your regular routine. But let's say you and I both lived together and shared the same bathroom and then went out with the same friends. After a couple of years, I think this is with everyone. Like, no one's the perfect roommate. I think you and I are quite, but it's like, we're similar and different the same way. We, at the same time, sorry? So
I feel this is part of us two being, like, Libras. Because in some senses, we are absolutely identical.
Yeah.
And in other senses...
Down to the
eyebrows. Like, I have both my eyebrows. That's on my CV.
Shut up.
It's not, but it should be.
It should be.
Natural, big, like, I'm so glad I wasn't one of those naughties girls that was like, I want to pluck my eyebrows because Britney Spears has no eyebrows, so I don't want any eyebrows.
Oh God, it would be a full-time job to pluck my eyebrows.
God, I'd have to, like, re-qualify as a beautician. just to be able to pluck my huge eyebrows.
I've learned how to do them myself.
I feel like, as well, growing up with a monobrow is character building.
It really is. I still have one.
I still have one, but it's well kept.
She's well kept.
Like, there are photos of me
Womanscaped.
I have womanscaped. Like, womanscaped. Like, there are photographs of me where I was growing out my eyebrow. So basically, I had a monobrow. I plucked it within an inch of its life, and my eyebrows were a little bit too far apart.
Oh no!
Right? Nobody said anything. Friendship. Nobody said anything.
Yeah.
You call yourself my friend.
But how old were you?
Old enough to know better.
Okay.
So then I let them grow out. However, the front part of my eyebrows is quite sticky uppy.
Yes.
Is the scientific term, actually. Sticky uppy.
Yes.
And so they stick up. And basically, I let them grow out, and basically they went way too close. Way, way, way too close. And it was a problem for me because it looked like I had them on a brow, even though I didn't. It looked like I had them on a brow. And actually, to be fair, when I was doing that, I was friends with you at the time, and you never said anything. You know, like, ooh.
When was this?
Your eyebrows look a little bit too close together.
When?
I swear to God, my graduation photo, eyebrows.
Do you think I was worrying about your eyebrows when I had a coconut head for?
A coconut head?
Do you not remember I cut my own hair off, for your anniversary, and I let it grow, and it was still incredibly short?
Okay, girls, gays and days. If your friend has cut their own hair,
seek help.
Intervention needed.
Please, no one did it.
And that actually links to our topic of how do you remain friends. Tell your friends when they've cut their own hair and you're worried. It's the first sign of mental health.
Yeah.
Girlies
it's
cutting,
all down downhill
dyeing their hair, cutting their hair.
I think dyeing, if it's properly done, is fine. It's just when we're
doing what I like to call it is bathroom butchery. So as growing hear me out. Growing up as a dancer, as you will understand, ingrown toenails.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Yeah.
Horrendous.
Ugly feet in general.
I have horrendous feet. I have the ugliest feet, which is why I could never do a foot OnlyFans and make loads of money because
I think I could from the right angle.
I don't know. I don't think there's a hope in hell unless there's some guys
weird
out there,
man.
some men out there. We're not here to kink shame, but there's some men out there that like
certain things,
like certain looking feet,
and it's questionable.
Yeah, you know. I think my OnlyFans name would be fuglyfeet.onlyfans.
Stop it.
Fuglyfeet.onlyfans. Find me.
Oh my god.
But I've got no tattoos on my feet, so you wouldn't know it was me unless you'd seen my feet and be like, oh, that's your feet.
Only one person.
That's your feet, girl. But yes, back to dancers' ingrown toenails. So I got very, very good at cutting out my own ingrown toenails because my mum went, I've spent so much money on the chiropodist, I'm not fucking doing it anymore. Do you know what? Like, you just have to live with it. And I was like, cool. Awesome. Love you. Great, cool, fine. Really painful. Couldn't go on releve. Like, nothing was happening, you know? So I learned how to do it myself. No YouTube videos. I just stuck one of those picky tools in there and flung it out. Anyway.
What does this have to do with bathroom butchery?
Because, basically, like, my toes would bleed. Okay, right?
Oh, yeah.
My toes would bleed. Anyway, I come back downstairs, I tell my mum, I've cut my own ingrown toenails out, and she'd go, oh, bit of bathroom butchery, is it? Yeah? Go upstairs, obviously it looks like a scene from Dexter, and she's like, oh my god, bathroom butchery.
Fair enough.
Thus, bathroom butchery was born. Which also applies to cutting your own hair, dyeing your own hair, cutting out your own toenails, deciding to pierce your own ears, things like this. Because where's it all done? The bathroom.
The bathroom.
The hub.
Panic attacks.
The hub of mental health.
Illness.
The bathroom.
Yeah.
But as well, the bathroom in my flat, the mirror is too
literally
high.
I haven't been in this flat in so long, and I went to the bathroom. I just cackled. I forgot.
But the
the
mirror is heightest. Like,
ridiculous.
Only 5'5" and above to ride this ride. Like, you're not allowed.
You actually can't see yourself.
No. And do you know what?
So it's blind bathroom butchery.
No, because you can see your own toes. I wouldn't recommend my bathroom for like hair emergencies or anything like that. But toenails,
yeah,
fine.
If your friend cuts their hair themselves, stop them.
I feel like
get some help.
Like as well, graduation was the pinnacle of our friendship.
I think it specified a lot of things.
We all did not look our best.
No.
No.
I thought I looked cute, and then I looked at a recent picture.
My mum
I was like, oof.
No, my mum has my graduation photo like next to my brother's in the house, and he'd just had maxillofacial surgery and looked amazing, like glorious. I think he'd also just been like away, so he was obviously really brown and beautiful, went to a really good university, and I'm there. They had to take the photo again because I blinked.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm there like smiling through the pain.
Yeah.
This hurts. Can I leave now? Because I like having my photo taken, but I also don't like having my photo taken.
It's like...
That was so, like, I was holding that shitty little
and you have to, like, turn your head and, like,
and you have to,
raise your chin and do all these things. Like, this is not natural.
No, it's like all of my school photos were hideous.
Vile.
I'm amazed. Actually, I'm not amazed because I don't have any friends left from school. I think I've got one. I've got one, and she is living in Australia now. Because I was so ugly. No. She was like...
Because I was so
She was
ugly.
like, see you later, I'm out, bye. Like, don't want to be friends with you anymore. Cause... No, school photos. Like, who looks good in those?
Not me.
No, I never looked good.
The one that I did look good was, like... And I did look like Demi Lovato.
Did you, though?
That, from, obviously, once you start looking at my features, but, like...
If you squinted one eye and...
and turned the light off.
And squinted the other eye.
Turned the picture inside out. Like,
inside out?
Like...
Never.
What's the other, like...
Flipped it. If you just turned your pictures inside out, not physically possible, but...
You know what? You don't know.
You never know. Anything is possible. Like, but like, yeah, I feel like school friendships were interesting because everybody was trying so hard to be something that they were not, and it was just I was awkward and not awkward at the same time. Like I was like mid-popular. But I had a cool house, so like, I
still have a cool house.
Still live there. So like, obviously, do you remember those parties? You might not remember them, but like, there were basically somebody would have a party at their house. They'd set up a Facebook invite, say, "Don't have sex in my parents' bed. Please don't bring any drugs, and be gone by this time."
Yeah,
that was my house.
Nice.
Like we would just like my parents would go away all the time, and then literally they'd be like, oh, "Okay, let's have a party. Fine, cool, whatever." But yeah, people would then... I was so hard done by. People would try and be my friend to get invited to this party.
Aww.
No.
Aww.
People would do that, but
nice.
it wasn't like... I wasn't hard done by because I had so many fake friends.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, I was not super popular, but I was... Oh my god. I was so... just angry.
Just there.
To be fair,
just
like,
there.
if there was any way I could describe my school career... just there.
I think I moved quite a lot, so I think my last 4 years of high school, they were quite weird, because I think I moved a lot where it's like, I don't want to, why open up, I'm probably going to move in a way. So I think
I never opened up at school. Same.
No, but like, I barely had friends until like, I want to say halfway through like...
Are you still friends with any of these people though?
One person.
But there you go, that's the same as me, one person
The
who
one
I'm still
person.
friends with. I'm friends with 2 people from college. And again, because so here basically, it's not always the same, but like you do year 7 to 11 and then you normally, not always, because some schools have colleges attached to them, but some schools you would go to a different sixth form, exactly that, you would go somewhere else.
Yeah.
And not everybody would go to the same sixth form and but yeah, like I have 2 friends from sixth form and 1 friend from school.
Yeah, so you could essentially say I had friends. I didn't have any friends in high school. I made my friends in sixth form.
Yeah.
And I only have one left.
Yeah, exactly. But like,
she's lovely.
I don't actually like, God, being a teenage girl now, I'm so glad I did it in the noughties. In the noughties. And the, what do they call it? The 2010s? Yeah. Is that what it's called?
I guess so. It was 2010.
Post 2010, basically. So I did it. I'm so glad I did it. It was bad enough as it was, let alone with like TikTok and
I think like
social media.
Vine was like the best thing. to ever happen to me.
I loved Vine. I absolutely freaking loved Vine.
I quote it all the time.
I still quote it like now.
Yeah, we quoted it earlier this morning.
As a Gen Zillennial. Because I still quote it now. And if you get it, that's how a friendship is formed. If you get it when I say, whoever threw that paper, your mom's a hoe, we're gonna be best friends.
Or like, what's the one that you introduced to me? It was like, oh, I only have 69 cents. You know what that means? I don't have enough money for chicken nuggets. Absolute chaos.
No, it was the best. That was the best. If you get that, we'll be your friends.
If you know, you know.
We can be friends. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, whatever happened to Vine? Was it actually turned into TikTok?
No, it just closed down.
That's sad.
R.I.P. Vine. Well, on that sad note, we're gonna end it because my laptop is at 2%.
Teehee.
Well, have a lovely evening. Enjoy the sun wherever you may be. And
it might not be sunny where people are listening.
You know what?
This club is exclusively for people who have sun.
No.
Anybody else, get out.
Yeah, anyway, we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
This was fun.
This was really fun. I'm amazed.
I'm amazed. Anyway, bye.